Hey everybody, just wanted to share a story with y'all, military story. Just the kind of stuff that military veterans are exposed to and what some of the trauma comes from. And, why Uncle leaves, while we go to the military, they come back different, or why dad comes back different. So I was stationed at a fighter jet base. Fighter jets, for y'all don't know, in the Air Force, those are the fast planes where the guys, flying in with the missiles and about. I worked with that. I was flight line, straight combat flight line. So I never forget, from time to time we'll have aircraft accidents. You'll have crashes, You'll have that's just the way it is. Well, this particular day, we launched some jets, F-16s. I think we launched maybe 6 F-16s, something like that. And they were training missions up in Utah. So apparently one of the young pilots of an F-16 who was in training, young pilot, still trying to learn how to fly the thing pretty much. Sometimes these pilots can push the limits and, for lack of a better word, they think what they see on TV they can do in a jet. And they'll push the limits. And it really upsets the maintainers like us, the maintenance guys, because we have to go back and fix the tour of the jets that they tear up and burn the engines out every day because they thinking they Top Gun out there and not understanding this thing is a machine. You know what I'm saying? Well, this guy goes out and apparently he, I don't know, somebody got this sword in it when he was flying. When you're flying in the air, if you're flying over water or depending on cloud cover, sometimes, they have to invert, and sometimes they'll find themselves upside down and don't realize. And so they don't know the difference between the ground and the sky. It's a weird phenomenon. A lot of stories I'll tell you about other similar instances like that. But in this particular one, long story short, when the guy realized he was not in the position he's supposed to be, he couldn't turn, so the jet crashed. Boom, he was killed. But here's the crazy thing. Here's where the trauma comes in. Why you got veterans, out there with these mental health issues, things like this. So we had a commander, and he had this weird way of leading, I guess. You know what I'm saying? What they did was they went out and recovered the aircraft after they crashed. They went and got the guy's body and all that. Well, now they have to get that aircraft, even though it's crashed in a big ball of metal. They got to bring it back because that's government property. There's secrets on there. There's technology. You want to get in the wrong hands, all that type of stuff. So this guy called the whole squadron together. I think I made this squad at the time, or the people that were available, other than those that were not working out. I think it probably was 200 of us, 150 to 200 of us, 150 to 200 people working with the jets on the flight line. This joker put us into a hangar. Hangars were a building where the plane parks. So he made us go in there. We go into a building, what do we see? We see the plane. Big ball of metal. You know what I'm saying? And he made us all stand in a circle around the plane and look at the plane and say, yeah, this is what happens when you make a mistake. This is why it's important to follow rules, follow policies, follow regulations. You know what I'm saying? We're the Air Force. This stuff doesn't happen. And he basically called the guy flying the plane an idiot. I mean, literally, he says it did. And Andrew, like you were saying, he deserves to be killed, which is, man, it's kind of heartless. But again, he had his own style of lead. But it did something to us because it's like, we have a relationship with a lot of these pilots, the maintainers out there. We see these guys there, they flying the jets. And the jets themselves, we take care of these jets. They become like hobbies to us, We take care of them, we own them, we take ownership of them. Make sure they're flying right. So to see something that you take ownership of, or to know someone has gotten killed, to be presented in that way, man, it's traumatic. It was quite traumatic because this still was a loss of life. Keep in mind, this was less than 24 hours after the plane had crashed. he made us get the circle around that plane, the F-16. We never forget that. So just want to share that with y'all. So some of the craziness. So in the civilian world, it's unheard of that someone be forced to go and look at a crashed plane where someone got killed and sit there and stare at it. Yeah, that's unheard of. But that's why they say the Air Force is the best military branch in the service. Our commitment to the skies. Fly, fight, and win. Aim high.